Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is our TNA show for the week. Let's not waste no time, we'll get right into it. First with the so-so segments. They weren't bad, they weren't good, they were just there. First we have Bobby Roode calling up Bobby Lashley for a fight, not a match, says they'll get his rematch later. It ends up getting broken up. I don't know, just to me it just missed the mark with two guys. They're among your best in the business having a pull apart fight. No, just missed it for me. Next up we have Kenny King versus Chris Melendez with the run-in from MVP. Kind of seeing a more violent side of MVP getting saved by Mr. Anderson. I know that Kenny King and MVP are the heels, but the quicker we could get over the fact that Chris Melendez is a one-legged amputee wrestler, the quicker we'll be able to see just how talented and charismatic Chris Melendez actually is. I think it's a great thing that we have him on the roster. I think, hey, he's earned his spot. He's been trained by some of the best trainers in the world. Let him show his talent. Let's not make every angle and every match about his disability. Let's make it about his abilities. Just my opinion, a little bit standing on the soapbox, I guess. And I know why they do it. It's cheap heat. It's the easy way to go. But at some point you have to push through, and Chris Melendez just has to be a wrestler. That's all there is to it. Next up, we had the segment with EC3, Tyrus, and Rockstar Spud. It was okay. I'm growing tired of this feud already. I like Spud as a face. I like EC3 as one of the up-and-coming bright talents in TNA and all of wrestling, actually. Still haven't quite bought in on Tyrus, a.k.a. Brodus Clay, as a badass monster after years of being the rapping dinosaur. Last but not least, we have the end of the show where Angle's addressing MVP after MVP jumped him in the back earlier, which brings out King, Anderson, Lashley, and Roode, and we get a whole schmoz. I don't know, I just feel like TNA needs to be different than WWE, and what we get from TNA sometimes is WWE light. I want an alternative. I want something that I could tune into that's not the WWE. I get 7 hours of WWE programming a week. 3 on Monday, 2 on Friday, and then 1 each for SmackDown, for Main Event and Superstars on the network. And that's not including NXT. If I want WWE's product, there's enough of it out there for me to get it. I'm a professional wrestling fan. I like seeing different styles and different takes on it. I like Ring of Honor. I like House of Hardcore. I like CZW. I like New Japan Pro Wrestling. I like Lucha Underground and AAA. I like TNA. I like watching Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. PWX, Pro Wrestling Experience, out of North Carolina. I like watching the lowest of indies all the way up to the highest of highs. And I like seeing the different styles and different wrestlers and everyone going all over the place. I don't want to tune into TNA and see, basically, for lack of a better term, a bunch of WWE throwaways doing WWE storylines. Just my opinion. Next up, we have the bad of the night, Bram versus Tommy Dreamer. And it hurts me really bad to say this because I love Tommy Dreamer. It's been well documented that I'm a huge ECW fan, and Tommy Dreamer is the heart and soul of ECW. But to me, this was just a lifeless hardcore match. Bram actually, I think, is someone that is going to carry the banner for hardcore, whether his King of Hardcore moniker fits or not. This just didn't hit for me. It felt like, again, like the old hardcore division in WWE or WCW. It felt like a corporate company doing hardcore wrestling and not really realizing that it's not about the thumbtacks, it's not about the chairs, it's not about the barbed wire. It's about the whole psychology and the fact that you have to lift the level of the violence in these type of matches. To me, this was too cookie cutter. We get the run-ins for Magnus and Al Snow. I almost put this on my good section just because of how great Al Snow looks, but to me the match was very listless, very tired. Now coming off of that, we're going to go into the question of the week. This is actually from 2 weeks ago because, sorry I missed doing TNA last week. I didn't catch the whole entire show. My DVR had issues, so I didn't want to review a partially recorded show. Anyway, the question of the week was, who has the best theme in TNA? Music theme coming out, that is. First from answers from our friend Zombies40. I think Bobby Roode has the best entrance theme. The guitar and beats sound awesome. Next is from Joseph Hatcher. My favorite entrance in TNA right now would have to be the Wolves. They have a great theme to go with the name. It's just a cool entrance, but my favorite entrance used to be Manic's entrance as his old character, which I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, Suicide. When Manic came out on a zip line, it was cool, but the days of doing that are gone, so I would have to say the Wolves. Next is from our good friend Silver84. In my opinion, Bram currently has the best theme song in TNA. It's so different from the rest. Kind of generic rock and dubstep themes in TNA. It's just metal, and it fits Bram's character great. I actually agree. I think Bram has a great theme song. My favorite is Bobby Roode's as well. I less like it now that they've added words into it. I liked it more when it was just an instrumental. Close second is EC3's. I really think I like that song, the whole Trouble, 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 you know how it goes. I used to like James Storm's Long Necks and Rednecks. It fit his character perfectly. The new God's Gonna Cut You Down thing, it seems less than the other, in my opinion. But, like I said, I think Bobby Roode's is the best. I'd like it better if it was still just the instrumental version. But that's just personal preference. Next up, coming off of that, there's not going to be a question of the week for next week because, as far as I know, there will be no new TNA show until TNA gets on Destination America, at least here in the United States. If you're outside of the United States, check your local listings. They may change channels, they may not, I'm not sure. I know in Canada, they're still looking for a place to show their show, but all over the other parts of the world that may watch this, because we're on YouTube and that's global, it's not just the United States. I'm not sure what's going on with their contracts outside of the United States. I'm just not up on that, I'm sorry. But for us here in the United States, we're getting recap shows until the end of the year. So I'm not going to review a show of stuff I've already reviewed. Seems stupid to me. So we're going to go on a little TNA hiatus until TNA gets on Destination America. But we will be back and we will be reviewing TNA as long as there's a TNA television show. And it's accessible. And I already checked, I have the channel on my DirecTV subscription. Now we're going to go into the good of the night. The one and only match that I thought really was good was Taryn Terrell versus Gail Kim versus Havoc. Even with this, I had a little bit of an issue. I thought they took the belt off of Havoc a little bit too fast for her to be an unstoppable monster. I think Taryn Terrell definitely deserves it. She's evolved her in-ring skills so rapidly that she's gone from being a joke to one of the best female wrestlers in the world in a really short period of time. I mean, the only other female wrestler I could think that's done that is Trish Stratus, and we all know what kind of career Trish Stratus had. I think Taryn Terrell, hats off to you. She deserved the Knockouts title. She's one of the best they got there now, and who would have imagined saying that just 2 short years ago. She's great in the ring. I think she's a beautiful woman, which doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt selling merchandise and selling TV time and all that other good stuff that comes with that. But kudos to her. I thought it was a great match. Thought we're getting back to what makes TNA. It's one of the things that makes TNA special. The Knockouts division is, at times, when they do it right, it's the best women's wrestling on televised American TV. Now, coming off of that, we're going to go into our ratings for the week. Now, we have a 1 to 5 scale here at Heel Heat. 1 would be a Dixie Carter, 2 is a Rockstar Spud, 3 is a Gunner, 4 is a James Storm, 5 is a Bobby Roode. I'm going to give the show a 2, a Rockstar Spud. A lot of listlessness, in my opinion. Nothing really too terribly bad. One match that I consider good that I'm going to remember. That's basically how I base whether it's good or bad or otherwise. If it's a match that gets me excited and I'm going to remember it a month down the road, I put it in the good section. If it's so bad that I forget about it, I put it in the bad, or I want to forget about it but can't, I put it in the bad section. If it's something that a week, 2 weeks down the road I'm going to forget even happened, it goes in the so-so section. A little bit behind how I select what goes where. But anyway, I give the show a 2, a Rockstar Spud. Very listless, very much a lot of stuff in the so-so portion. Let's hope they revamp Destination America. I'm excited. I'm glad they still got a deal. Let's see a new, revamped, reinvigorated TNA with all the stars that we know are there that could be amazing talents. They got some of the best wrestlers in the world. You got Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle, Bram's awesome. EC3 is up and coming. Austin Aries is great. The American Wolves are just the Wolves. You got Havoc, Gail Kim, Taryn Terrell. I mean, the roster is stacked. Kenny King, guys like DJZ, Low-Key, Samoa Joe. Up and down the roster, they got talent all over the place. Let's hope going forward this will start fresh. This gives them a new start in front of new eyes, and we get the best effort TNA puts forward. But basically, that's all I have to say about that. My name is George Coles, and this has been another episode of Heel Heat.